Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Xi'an, where we await our next matchup in WE, taking on DMO. Two playoff teams from Spring who are not hitting the mark, who are currently sitting 14th and 15th respectively, looking for a little bit more action and trying to get their way up. Clement Chu, Hysterics, bring up band pick, because they're running into this one quickly. Our names can go down. This one! Next one. There we go. And I see the champion I've been waiting for a long time. Kiana makes her way onto Summoners.
Yes, this is super exciting from WE's side. Instead of their slow and steady teamfight style, they're going to go for mid and bot lane priority. You see the Lucian being selected already. Kiana plus Sylas is a very strong kill combo. On the other hand, DMO, I feel like this is going back to their old ways. Chanhong on the Sion, always a reassuring sight in that team.
And the Kai'Sa.
Yes.
And the Kai'Sa to pair with it. Clement, we're going to run straight into game. I want you to tell me a little bit more about how DMO have played their compositions in the past. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen, straight into game right now. I'm not happy if we don't start in 3, 2, 1. Yeah, we go. Now, Clement, before I let you explain it to me, I want to tell everyone at home that we've seen only one Kiana in the LPL. It was Kuro from the last series.
As well, sorry.
Yeah, oh, sorry. 2 Kianas in the LPL. This will be number 3, and xiye with his innovative champion pool. We'll see what he's got as we play WE and DMO in full. Game 1 in Xi'an. WE fans breaking the headsetters. We see a Lulu in the mid lane now.
This is a very Twila-esque pick. He's known for playing the Zillion, the Aurelion Soul, and of course, the Lulu. But it does work in their composition. They're a very AD-centric comp, so they want to give that extra protection to GALA when it comes to team fights.
Now, we've jumped into this game pretty heavily, whole-handedly. Clement, talk to me a little bit more about the centric style of GALA on Kai'Sa, Chanhong on Sion, the sword and shield that we stated in Spring.
It does look very much like the comp they beat EDG with in playoffs. Sion and Kai'Sa have been their bread and butter, and when they got those 2 champions in the Spring split, they actually never lost a single game, which was very impressive.
Yeah.
So they're going back to something that they're familiar on. Xiaopeng on Olaf, aggressive, is going to establish mid lane priority. And I think for WE's side, this is a change for them. This is a much more aggressive composition.
Yeah.
I like how they have a lot of gank pressure in all 3 lanes. The Kiana plus the Sylas, if they can get a CC chain onto Twila, they can start that snowball. And Aatrox also has a good time against the likes of Sion. Sion always wants to full charge that decimating strike, but it's very hard when Aatrox has that many knockups.
And I guess for WE, you know, playing around Kiana, it's going to be very different because no one's really mastered her just yet. We haven't seen the best of her, I should say. Of course, Rookie, as you mentioned, and also Kuro has picked this up, but we'll see her develop in the coming weeks. And so far for DMO and WE, remember the story behind these 2 teams is that in Spring, they were playoff teams.
Yes, they were playoff teams, and both of them were heavy AD-centric teams. And fun fact, they're the only 2 players that have pulled out the Jinx so far.
Yeah.
Still sticking to those colors, and WE, oh wow, that was, okay, it was just a straight miss.
Keep going.
Mystic actually had a 14 KDA the last series where he pulled out the Jinx.
I just love watching Mystic as an AD carry. Great hyper carry, and this game onto the Lucian, so it's a very different win condition, but going into GALA, who does have that condition himself. We'll see who hits it first. And
this is really rough for the Kiana. If she's getting shoved in like that, it means that she can't take the river element, and that's the most important one in trades because it does give you the stun. So playing against Kiana, you always want to put her in a position like that. She doesn't have the easiest of wave clears.
But of course, always the ability to get something like Wall that will do the extra damage when you're down from 50%. beishang getting invaded on. He's normally the one to play Olaf, so he should know how these trades are going. But here on the Sylas, survives the gank. Xiaopeng just walking away.
Good save there. Good dodge on the first undertow. Xiaopeng will take control of this lane, and he should be looking to set up on the bot side.
Whoa, that was rapid. Oh, but xiye looking for the gank, or rather the 1v1. Twila gets ignited. Wall hits him for the extra damage, and he's forced back with Ignite.
Yeah, I really want to see how that gank went down. Xiye didn't even have access to River, but was still able to chunk down that hard. And we could see in the final hit, he did go for the terrain edge of Ixtal.
Yep.
Does extra damage when opponents are low.
Also, just great ability to clear out these waves as xiye showing us right now. We'll be able to shove that massive wave into the mid lane. And look at where the Aatrox is, making sure that Olaf is nowhere nearby. Xiaopeng back, so half of that wave going down the bin. As Twila will pick up the rest.
Wow, she is just dominating this lane so far. Looking at the ban picks, Twila actually selected Lulu as a counter into xiye's Qiyana. And so far, falling behind in CS on the early trade.
I mean, only because xiye was able to force him out. Of course, Lulu picks up back now. And before, it wasn't so dominant in the lane. The Lulu was smashing xiye against the turret. So must have been a pretty good trade in the meantime as we keep looking back to that ward for good reason. Trying to spot out Xiaopeng. And nothing towards that top side of the jungle just yet. So whether he walked over it to enter the jungle once again, maybe that gives information over to beishang.
Close play in the top side of the map, but this has allowed Pose to play super aggressive in his lane. We've been seeing him trading in consistently against Chanhong. Gotta love that warding position.
It's important, because Post needs to win this lane out, not just for the game, but for him especially as, oh, the Infernal Change doesn't connect. That's unfortunate. Post, you know, the rookie top laner who came in spring, and we said very good things about. He and beishang not performing like they were in spring. WE are falling behind, and the rookies falling to a point of inexperience.
I think Pose has been a bit inconsistent. We actually saw WE swap back to 957 earlier this
Yeah,
split.
he played his first game in 2019.
Yeah, he hasn't been showing up for a while now, so W definitely looking for options. Overall, I think we've seen individual flashes of brilliance from WE, but their late games have been super inconsistent.
Yeah.
A lot of bizarre throws from xiye, especially. He had a weird Zania game where he just Zania inside of the enemy base and just everyone caught up to him.
Oh, God.
Oh, here's Qiyana with
there
the
we go.
stun
The supreme display of talent onto Twila, who used the ult of himself. Gets a bit of health out, and, you know, Edge of Exile will do a bit of damage back, but no kill threat just yet, no items on the side of xiye.
And we're talking about Qiyana as a champion that really does need to snowball. If you look at her stats, very low base stats, but great scaling options with the bonus AD ratios. Yep. So you really want her to get going, especially in those jungle skirmishes and in that first dragon fight. If she gets it in River, it's a stun on everyone.
xiye just hitting level 6 means it's going to be supreme display of talent used and on cooldown. Not too long of a cooldown on this ult, actually, so that'll be back up during the next all-in. As the wild growth longer, it seems, at this point. Twila going to come down and help Xiaopeng get this dragon, which is in full vision of WE.
Ooh, this is a perfect scenario for Qiyana. Even though he's down a level, I think the assassin can make it work.
Yep, goes into Brush, now presses Q, but the Ignite's down onto xiye. The flash is going to come over from Twila while Dragon is secured. Well, WE looked for the fight here, or rather it's stolen by beishang, but was it worth it for WE? First blood already over to DMO, and Twila zoned out by missing.
Twila's not going to leave.
Okay. Onto the Nautilus. I think he might have to now. But good dodge. Mystic almost walked into him. Works out in the end.
So very good warding coming in from WE. They actually prevent the Ocean Dragon take. But now their bot lane is in deep trouble.
Yeah, this is rough. 4 versus 2. Wave's going to be cleared out, and DMO there's about to crash in. Can Mystic and Missing survive this? The final chapter out, Missing against the wall, doesn't get a dredge line down. Now Mystic's left on his own, Missing as well. The aftershock will save him for now as the supreme display of talent again, but GALA ults into the backside, pulled in by Missing, a trade-off by beishang. Messy early game, blood for blood.
And that becomes a 3-for-2 trade in favor of WE in just that one fight. Looking at the kills, it doesn't go overall to Qiyana. The support actually takes one on Missing. So not as good as it could have been, but
I mean, had he tracked that, that was a dirty dive.
Yeah, that was a little bit unfortunate. Qiyana definitely with the extra move speed, playing up huge there. If she walks along the element that she had selected with the Terror Shape, she does get extra movement speed walking near it. So DMO unfortunately miscalculating on that single play. Now, watching this one again, good warding again from W. I really love how
thank you, Observer.
how they've put attention onto that one. And even better smite. beishang takes it, pays it with it for his life, but I want to see the dive actually happening here. Look at Qiyana's position. Does she actually back it? Oh no, she doesn't back. She just walks straight back into the dive. It was a double stun going down. Mystic does fall down first, but neither Twila
Got the cat.
nor Xiaopeng finds the kill. Nor Yumi.
I mean, who wins that trait, really, Clement? Yeah, that's fine. That's your answer.
Thinking about it, actually...
No, Clement, that's your answer. You gave me your answer. No! Mark detached, gets back on. He tried to block the dredge line, but almost paid for his life as Cully comes through. Onto GALA, flashes on. Mystic finds him and almost gets Mark in the out call. That's a kill for the bottom lane. WE ahead.
Okay, no, W definitely wins.
Yeah, now WE good, right?
Now straight solo kill into the bottom side. And Kiana's already fed with a kill and an assist as well.
Chanhong coming down. This side he's a long way from home.
That was a very good calculation on the ultimates. Mark with a much longer cooldown.
Ooh, Xiaopeng, be careful. Lane swap initiated here by DMO. And that's going to be helping to set up the Rift Herald nice and early against WE.
Wow, the top lane has just been crushing it. Pose over 20 CS ahead in the matchup. Now missing, he did have his ult. Yumi, no ultimate, even though he misses the Q. GALA walks back for the trade and instantly regrets it.
Yeah.
Bad life decisions for you. Mystic gladly takes that one.
Oh, WE again, might be called out. Post finds GALA though, this game, not like the other. And Post running in for the flank. DMO will find one as Twila now on top of Post as well. The Aatrox hitting pretty hard here as Xiaopeng gets the wild growth, but Post survives. Xiye comes in and it's time to show your talent.
He already
running
used
away.
it.
Doesn't matter. Here we go. Xiye finds the Glacial. And that's a good stack.
And how long was that stun? Holy. Xiye actually got the stun with his ultimate around Baron Pit. It creates a ring around terrain, and he got the double stun on a skirmish that was over 1,000 yards away.
This is nothing like our last series, Clement. This is not controlled League of Legends. This is run your face in and see who gets hurt first.
GALA needs to stop running his face.
Yes, he does. His face is bruised.
Don't think his teammates recognize him now.
You know what? 1 and 3, not the optimal start here for the Kaiser. WE, the lane swap was DMO who started it. Now, WE say, hey, we got the Rift Herald. It's all ours.
Do you want to see the replay again? See how that all
started? We got too many replays.
GALA goes up against Pose.
Do you think
and gets deleted.
I feel like the Aatrox just, does this, and this, and this. Crowd's like, you shouldn't have done that. So GALA, Clement, what do you think?
They weren't on the same page.
They
thought the rest
weren't
of the team was going to come in.
Yeah.
A very long stun coming in from Xiye across the Baron Pit. And he's in his element. He can chase this down.
I get it. Good joke.
Edge of Ixtal with the river.
Remember, ladies and gentlemen, you can use Audacity. That's the E of Kiana and the Q at the same time. Think of it like Yasuo. You know, use the Sweeping Blade with the Still Tempest. So, cool little combos there that we've seen before. The Xiye missing, looking for Twila here. They're going to get the stun down, the dredge line locked on down with the depth charge too. The Supreme display again onto Twila as the Ignite's there, and the Q lands. The range is bonkers from Xiye.
Keeping that 100% win rate alive on Kiana.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to see a lot more teams start selecting. I was really surprised that she only had 3 games played.
She's not prioritized. I mean, in the last series, she was 100% banned, and maybe our LPL teams are catching on as for WE with this Kiana, who's 3-1 and 3. They push mid. They got Rift Herald, and there is just such a big gold lead now that's developed, and DMO falling by the wayside in yet another game.
You get a Nautilus lane snowballing early. This is going to happen all across the map. Kiana's a great finisher for any type of crowd control. That execution and the extra stun that she packs. She actually packs 2 stuns in a single game. As we saw there, the ultimate getting a knockback onto terrain, and then just the river element with another stun.
All right, Clement, let's talk combos here for Kiana, because the way this game is set up has been so bloody that we finally got a chance to talk. The Kiana, the WQ, what's the combo? Set yourself up an element.
Most common one is you do the EQ, so you jump forward with Audacity.
With the pre element, right?
Yeah, with the pre-element, most likely River at the time, so
Yep.
you can start the trade, you get an auto attack in, and then you use another Terra shape onto the ground, onto the brush.
The brush, right?
And that actually gives you a refresh on your Q cooldown. You jump back into invisibility, and let's talk about this trade
Yeah,
first.
let's see what happens here, because that's the Flash looking for the abscond duck. Chanhong is caught out. Use the ulti, get out of there as beishang tries to snipe him off at the pass. Will be an escape here for WE, looking for more blood.
Yeah, and they do burn multiple flashes in that one. Actually, just the Xiaopeng flash. But they're asserting their dominance over River. If you look at the lanes, none of the lanes are behind.
Wow, Flash on the GALA, missing, uses his ult once again. Mark's going to get pulled back in. The cat left on his lonesome death charge, and he's dead. DMO leaving while the Flash comes in. The display of talent shows that GALA is an Ogo. Culling Flash. WE are literally tearing DMO apart.
DMO getting slaughtered across the map.
Oh no, Xiaopeng, leave! Help me! Olaf, the Vikings, it didn't go like this. Post, thanks you for your donation.
Wow. I guess he was one of those Vikings that only robbed the monasteries.
Is that good or bad? Well, he deserves to die, is that what you're saying?
No, no.
Chanhong has to burn the Flash here as well. And DMO are getting caught out everywhere. There are a lot of questions about this team, and I have to say, WE is showing us why.
That's kind of ridiculous.
Why are you there? You know 2 people are through the jungle. Clement, this is going to be about a 10-minute replay.
Yeah, so DMO, they have no winning lanes. They've lost control of their own red side jungle. How did that ultimate fizzle? What? Oh, I think it was target on Yumi first.
Oh, okay. So he got it again?
So I think what happened was he jumped on GALA and then took the target away.
Okay.
And then you see the double stun. Such a long-range stun. A couple of walls that we see Qiyana really excel over. First off is the Baron wall. Just look at how big a piece of terrain that is on your map.
It's bloody huge.
It's insane. So a lot of that's going to be used. And another one I really like is the blue wall and the wall that we're currently looking at on the left side of your screen. That is a very large piece of terrain, and it also covers a brush. So a lot of people will try to ambush you over that wall, but you can stun them instead.
Really good at, you know, getting the size of land. Like, if you ever wanted your exact measurement, if you're looking to buy a house, take Qiyana. She'll judge it for you. Longer the ult, longer your square piece of land, and suddenly you got some property.
Yeah, it's like, how many seconds does this shockwave need to
Oh,
take?
Chanhong, please. Please. He lands the ult into beishang. Abscond duck teleport, at least here. Could be something as DMO. They're converging. WE this time have made the mistake, but they get the Scion. Xiye is going to die too. 2 for 1, but look at WE. They're like, hey, let's fight. 3 versus 4. Come at me. They find one onto GALA, who has to burn the ult immediately with the wild growth. Xiaopeng turns it around, and WE go to their death as well. Post, run, leave this place.
There's a Yumi. I don't think he can get out.
I think he's out, but what is happening in this game?
That's a WE special.
I mean, who's, you know, like, what is the special here, Clement?
It's mid-game throw.
Yeah, oh, thank you. Xiaopeng, that was so nice of you, Pose. Hey, hey, take this with you. Undertow, blast
Here
code.
comes Twila.
Oh, no.
I told you he wasn't going to get out.
Yeah, well, that's because he came back in, isn't it?
Oh, what is WE doing?
Our last series, I thought, was exceptional because it was late game, it was individual decisions, and it was, you know, true show of teamwork. Which in the LPL, we don't always get to see. This is a game.
Yes, I don't understand why W chose to engage on the second part of that. They expended so many ultimates to kill Chanhong, and his zombie was still there. It was still technically a 5v4.
Yeah. This is our 17th replay of the game.
That was a good block on beishang's part to keep Chanhong there, but look at how much time he actually takes to kill, and it's a straight 1-for-1 trade at the start. And then look at this. It's still 5v3 essentially, and W are chasing in. W's like, we got Pose, boys. We can do this.
We're fine. We got Aatrox, man.
And then the exhaust comes down, and Pose is like, wait a minute, I'm out of here. I'm sorry, boys.
Mystic tries to 1v4.
Oh, what is that calculation? That was so off.
So, Clement, what happens next? We didn't even get a chance to talk about these team comps because I got 3 minutes at the start. We had a really good conversation. I was hyped because I was like, yeah, like, look at the comps and how this interacts. Like, the Qiyana gets a solo kill almost, and And then we get to 10 minutes.
Lanes. They had 3 fully winning lanes.
Yeah.
They had the entire map control. They ran DMO across the map. That was they got 4 kills for nothing in the initial trade. And then DMO just walks back and trade back 1 for an ace. That's, oh my god.
And now, when you give the game back on a platter like that to DMO, Rod of Ages, 2-item Kai'Sa, 3 items on Olaf. Like, he has 3 items under 20 minutes.
Can people please start giving the zombie the respect that he deserves?
I mean, even more than that, just don't. Now you can't be near Xiaopeng, so don't.
The big thing about this is that we finally see GALA get to a 2nd item. He actually has item advantage over the Lucian now after that assist and all the bounties were transferred over. So that's massive. Lucian's going to start walking downhill in terms of a champion.
Yep.
And Qiyana does need that extra edge over her opponents. She has a lethality champion, falls off hard as well. So W can't really play like this with this type of a composition. It's just pure disrespect. They saw the numbers count on DMO. It's not like they didn't know how many members DMO was there. They saw the full 5 and they were so like, let's go, 3v5, boys. And Aatrox is dead.
How?
He probably died
The observer's just tilted now. What is going on? How did Aatrox die?
Those are Xi'an observers, by the way, so
oh, they didn't. No, hide it away. Censored. Okay, DMO going to hit the turret. The Aatrox is dead, so there's no side lane threat, especially down the bottom lane anymore. And DMO, the sword and shield is online. Oh.
Oh, wow. That was a great killer instinct to make sure that the prowling projectile actually followed through.
Yeah, actually not going to take that one away from GALA and Mark. That was nice execution.
That was a combo that you could do anywhere on the map, so can't really blame Pose. He actually kept his distance.
Yep. Tried to get out of that one. So WE losing the top lane. They lost the mid lane turret because of it. And now, what's on the map? I mean, Baron's there. Dragon coming up shortly, but the tempo gone. A Lucian, a Qiyana, even Aatrox. As you were mentioning before, like, where do they go from here? Because the later this goes, sword and shield is great. Defends you against everything in late game.
It's a great team fight composition. So what W really need to do is, I think, still establish Pose as a very strong silent split pusher. That's what they're doing right now. And try to at least split the map open. So you're going to have a lot more chances for picks. However, they also need to be setting up very long vision, or GALA can do what he just did in the mid lane. That's a great answer to split pushers. Just if you land the killer instincts, you can instantly fly over. And that's one thing that DMO did with this composition consistently in the spring split, is they put the crowd control onto the bot lane Bruiser, who was typically playing against Chanhong, and they instantly flew Kai'Sa in.
And remember that the Kai'Sa alongside the Yuumi, that's protection. She'll follow with her. But also, the Lulu can shield before the interaction starts. Shield, Ardent Sensor, and GALA becomes unkillable.
Wow, yeah, that's a very deadly combo. One of the reasons DMO was able to get into playouts with just a single composition was because they shut down a lot of split-pushing teams that wanted to split them open. They actually did a terrific job at catching the split pushers.
And also because Xiaopeng was playing these aggressive picks like the Olaf, the Nidalee is his special pick too. Bridges that early to mid game and gets them to that sword and shield point that we constantly talk about. So for DMO, that's how they got into playoffs. That's how this team managed to beat EDG through the process too. And for WE, a lot of expectations here that have gone awry into the choke. beishang going to get hit up. They ult once again. It's easily done as Post coming in for the flank. GALA get that big shield, but WE coming in for the flank. Chanhong still taking it with the Thornmail, but xiye getting very, very low as Xiaopeng wants to take him on the Olaf there, but flash over the wall from Twila as WE go bibbidi-bap, boom. It's missing again, but DMO turn it around because Chanhong can't die. The silent is Arnold Schwarzenegger, Terminator 2, or maybe 3, Rise of the Machines for DMO.
And they take over the map with that one. I thought they were going to clean it up. Xiye got the assassination on GALA, the main damage source, but it wasn't enough. Xiaopeng was already fed, and Twila with a great flash over the wall managed to finish off his target.
Baron for you. Yum, yum, yum. It's all yours, DMO, and I have to say you've caught out WE multiple times, and that was a dangerous fight. But the confidence here from DMO, good to see. They return to form here in this game with a lead of about 3,000.
You gotta love that Thor mail being built by Chanhong. There was no one that could touch him throughout that fight. Qiyana, despite being an elementalist, is still AD. Mystic didn't really have the damage to punch through. And even with the 4-man stun, DMO only lose 1 player.
Only one. God. I can't believe we're here, Clement. Like, the Scion he was hit. You know, he was hit in this early game. Everyone from DMO was hit. And WE like, what can we do now?
If you told me at 20 minutes DMO were going to come back, I was going to say no way.
Yeah.
You lose 3 lanes and get picked off 4 members across the map?
Yeah.
And they still... I really don't know, man. I really don't know. But let's watch this again. It was a great opening by Chanhong. Great driver. They call him the Lao Siji old driver. And there's a 4-man stun coming in by Qiyana.
I think it was 5, actually.
Oh, okay. Maybe 5, but an even better final chapter on the back end of that. Catches out the entirety of WE. Great positioning on that fight. And then they just walk through the entire composition. Mystic spent a lot of his culling, a lot of his damage on Chanhong. Couldn't even finish him off as he went into tower.
Full-blown ace in the end. So DMO pick it up. Pick up the Baron. And I think during live, we saw WE pick up the triple Ocean Dragon. Will that help? Well, depends how long the fight goes for. So even though xiye in that last one got a 5-man supreme display of talent, the talent wasn't shown by WE. And now under threat, Chanhong sits mid. Mystic is hurting himself. Ult's going to come through. Look at him go. Changhong's out. Turret goes down anyway.
And that was 2 ultimates used already. So DMO is going to be pushing hard in the next couple of minutes.
Right through the mid lane. Still waiting for things. Baron's there. Let's see who goes in next. Gala's got 3 items.
Well, if you're wondering how the semifinalist team of 2017 ended up in the 14th to 15th place range in the LPL, that's pretty much why.
Yep.
I have a lot of questionable team fight selections in the past couple of
DMO right
weeks.
now at 15th. I mean, it's an even bigger question how the LDL champions can change this much. And with the name change, you know, a lot has changed within the team itself. As for DMO, at least, success story in game number 1. They brought this one back. They're heading towards the top side, and WE looking their best to defend. But Chanhong pops the stone plate, looks at them, and walks away.
And they're going to continue this siege for now. Interesting selection by beishang, actually taking the Lulu ultimate.
Yeah.
So he could keep Qiyana alive for longer. And she has a great positioning here.
Oh no, but he found the Olaf. He's like, that's not who should be there. Ulti into nothing. WE have lost their mid laner, and Post has lost his damn mind. Walks forward with the ult, missing the same. And Xiaopeng has been watching so much Vikings because this man doesn't know what defeat really is.
Oh my, that was so tragic for WE. Xiye says, we're going in, boys. Instantly dies onto the Olaf, who can't even be crowd controlled.
Here he comes again. Pop the ult. We're going in. You wish it did damage to the turret, but at this point, I don't think it matters. GALA flashes, walks away Mystic, and WE recover from whatever that game was because DMO ended up spanking you in game 1.
Can I just call that a massive throw? I think it's the correct description to call that a fiesta from WE.
You may.
Oh boy, that just really hurts.
But you know what? From both teams, go back to the drawing board because DMO constantly caught out. It went mid, pick. Jungle, Xiaopeng, picked. And then Chanhong still in lane in the bottom side.
It was all calculated by DMO. You take WE off their game. It was a 7K gold advantage. Oh my god.
What the hell was that?
The first 20 minutes of the game had nothing to do with the later.
You know what, ladies and gentlemen, in the LPL, what we give you is, you know, we call a spade a spade. And that game, everyone needs to leave at the door, forget about, and let's move on to happier times, to better League of Legends, where everyone can feel like players played to their heart's content. Because DMO did in the end.
They took a 3v5 in bot lane, and that just changed things for the worse.
I don't think we need analysis. Maybe throw up the MVP. Because in all seriousness, like, look, we'll break this down for what it is the fact that WE held really good early game control. Like, Xiye was playing a great Qiyana, and there was good jungle pressure. But then, MVP. When ready, of course.
Okay,
Excuse
but
me.
where's the MVP? I want to see the MVP.
I'm sorry, I keep
Let's
calling
move
it up.
on. Let's move on.
Clement.
Okay.
Finally, I will say that DMO, as a team, can build off this.
I don't know how to feel about DMO when you're saying they can build off throws. You know, they can catch throws very well. That's the team's strong suit.
There's always that time, and I'm just going to talk about myself. There's always that time as a caster when you're like, at what point do you tell the truth to the audience? Like, we're always trying to tell the truth to the audience,
I want to
right?
say that I felt like the draft was
Okay, go.
really subpar coming in from DMO. Top lane, early Sion against Aatrox. You didn't even ban that champion.
Yep.
That's going to be a field day for the Aatrox, and he was 30 CS ahead in lane. You go to the bottom lane, that was a kill lane whenever they had CC going through. GALA lost straight up in a 2v2 when he walked back into the Lucian. That
Yep.
wasn't even Mystic chasing him. That was him walking back into the culling. Dies there. The mid lane's actually behind as well. And the early game is atrocious. 20 minutes, 7k gold lead for WE already. So the draft needs a lot of inspection, and if I'm DMO, I'm not happy with that game.
No.
That was a gift from WE.
If I'm anyone, I'm not happy with that game. Xiaopeng, MVP, throw it up. Just give me something.
30.3 damage? How do you even get that? That's hilarious. I haven't seen a jungle get 30% of his team's damage. There was a lot of close range fights where W were running into them.
There was a lot of fights, just in
He
general.
did end up 9-2-6 on the kill score, and a large part of that, I think, was the bottom lane scuffle as Pose went in onto him, and they realized, wait a minute, Olaf is a little strong right now. Olaf with Yuumi plus Lulu is not something to mess with.
I think it's time for us to reset as casters. I think it's time for the teams to reset. We're going to go to a short break, return with Game 2, where everything should be back to normal, ready for League of Legends.